Hi, my loves. I intend you guys are doing well. Before I start today's video, if there is any noise around me, kindly excuse me because it's easier for me to film in the morning time and there are people around on the streets, okay? Because my people are really quiet. Okay, so I want to talk about a few things, maybe a lot of things. I'll start with subliminals and how my subliminals work, okay? Well, there is no magic formula to this. What you have to do is you have to listen to it on loop. That's all. That's exactly how my subliminals work and every subliminal works, the ones you trust, okay? Now, I have had questions around the affirmations, why I do not share them. The reason is already mentioned in the description box. However, I'll repeat it for your convenience. I do not share the exact affirmations because your conscious mind might resist them. Okay, so that is precisely why I'm not too keen on sharing the affirmations. I want them to just straight away sink into your subconscious. Cool. So yeah, that's it. And you just got to listen to them on repeat. It's unisex. And what else? I would recommend headphones. And what else? Yeah, that's it. And the last one that I have posted on the peaceful life, it's mainly around all your manifestations and every desire that might give you peace, okay, that you assume can give you peace, that's fulfilled, that's manifested, and you are now living a peaceful life. Cool. Okay, the next question is what exactly is my coaching all about? Okay, the calls and messages. Fine. When you book a session with me, a call session with me, or a message session with me, what I do is the first thing that I do is so yes, I try to understand the state that you are in, your fears, your doubts, your stories, the stories that you're repeating consciously, unconsciously, which are actually not in alignment with your desired reality. That's my first job. My first job is to understand how much of a victim do you feel at this moment, at this point in time. Okay. So that's where from I begin. That's where from my tough love begins. My brutality begins, Sometimes people find me rude, brutal, but if you know, you know. If you're sensitive enough to understand how sensitive I am to your cause and how much I want each and every one of you to be a success story and feel empowered for the rest of your life, if you know, you know. Okay? That's what my coaching is all about. My coaching is not to get you your SP. I have to be very ethically correct because this is my job, this is my profession. I will not tell you that if you book a session with me, you will manifest your SP. All I can promise you is, yes, I can promise you that if you are doing what I am asking you to do, without questioning, without wavering, you will shift. Because the only thing that is required for you to manifest your desire is your shift in identity. And that's what I'm here to do. Once you shift, the rest has to shift. Once you shift, because your story shifts, the rest has to shift. That's law. So if you're feeling victimized by your SP, that's because there is a story running which is keeping you in that energy, in that identity. My job is to fine tune that story for you. Your job is to repeat it till you start believing it. That's your job. And once you do that, the stories around yourself, you will manifest it. That's a given, that's law. But yes, you cannot be wavering constantly. So that is like summarizing my coaching for you. Now, you know, I receive questions from clients all the time like, I've been praying to God. I'm trying to keep the faith. I am trying to keep the faith that God is going to get me my SP. But still, nothing. Now, we are all in different stages of our journey. So, whenever I say something, please understand that it's not judgment. I'm just stating a state of consciousness, which I think needs to be fine tuned. Clear? When you pray to God, can you pray to God? Yes, of course you can pray to God, because I always talk about divine intelligence. I believe in infinite intelligence, and I think we all are limited by our logical human thinking, and there is a role of divine intelligence to get us our desires. I believe in it. However, when you pray to God, okay, to the power that you believe in, okay, by whichever name you call it, that's not really relevant here. Once you pray, you have to believe that it will be answered or it is answered. Because if you pray to God and then you come to a coach, me or whoever, it definitely means that you need a deeper understanding of what praying implies. Praying comes, praying should come with a sense of surrender. Not a word that many of you will resonate with. I'll talk about surrender, I'll talk about God, and I will speak from my experience, from my understanding of it. If it resonates with you, fine. If it doesn't, please let it fly, okay? Fine. So, in this video, I don't think I'm here to shower you with any tough love. I'm just trying to share a few things with you. And if somebody gets the message, it's worth it for me. The last thing that I would want as a coach or as a human being is for any of you to spend a single second of your life not in peace, feeling restless, upset, sad. That's the last thing for me. The first thing that I want for you, each one of you, is peace. Surrender gives you peace. So, what does surrender imply, in my opinion? Surrender is you trusting. Surrender is you trusting. Not that your SP is coming back. That's too limited. You're limiting God. You can limit yourself. How can you limit God? Surrender is you trusting that you will be taken care of. Surrender is you trusting that this power is going to help you sail through. Surrender is you trusting, in very simple terms, you will be taken care of. Now, for the ones who feel that that's not enough, me being taken care of is not enough, I need my SP. Sadly, this is not the way to go about it. Why are you so obsessively trying to get your SP? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Because it's not about your SP, it's about you, it's about your identity, it's about your energy. You love somebody, you want that person, fair enough. Why are you not being able to trust that it's going to be taken care of? Think. Take a pause. Take a moment. Think. Why can't you trust? What's stopping you from trusting? What's so difficult about trusting? I'll tell you. It's precisely the conditioning since our childhood that we constantly have to problem solve and micromanage things in order to get something. In order to ensure that everything is running smooth. No. The easiest way to ensure that you get your desired life, at the end of the day, what do you want? You want a peaceful life. You want a life where you are loved, you're taken care of. You have people to love, to shower your love on, right? That's what you want. So if that is what you want, that peace, that love, that relaxed energy, do you really think you'll get there from this obsession? You won't. Now I'll come back to prayer. You prayed. But what is the point of a prayer if you cannot trust? If you prayed, or if you had a conversation with God, what is the point of that conversation if you cannot trust that you will be taken care of? Things will be taken care of. You do not have to lift a finger. You do not have to problem solve. You do not have to use your logical mind to constantly try to understand how you will get there. Because your job is to flow. And the work of the divine, if I may put it that way, is to lead you where you wish to be. But for that, you have to trust. You cannot be constantly impeding the flow of life, the flow of your existence by constantly praying and then, having a tiff with God, saying like, oh God, I prayed, but you did not listen to me. You have to trust. The entire premise of prayer is dismissed if you cannot trust. You have to trust. And when you're struggling to trust, I'll give you a tip. When you're struggling to trust, speak to God. Speak to your higher self, God self, universe, whoever, and tell it. Tell him that I'm struggling to trust, but I'm still trying to trust that it's going to be okay, it's going to be fine, that I'm going to have a very peaceful, successful, comfortable life. Because that is exactly what you want. Your entire focus is on your SP. Actually, that is not even the problem. The problem is the story that you repeat when you're constantly focused on your SP, causing yourself so much pain, misery, sadness, anxiety, peacelessness. It hurts me. It really does. because you are missing the entire point of manifestation. Manifestation should be an exercise where you allow yourself to feel peace, joy, love. Your identity, if that's restless, that needs to be fine-tuned. You are restless because you have attached your peace, your happiness with your SP, and you struggle for months, for years. Trust me, that's not you. That's your ego. Trust me. The circumstance is not hurting you. Your interpretation of the circumstance is hurting you. Trust me when I say your circumstance is not causing you pain. Your repeated deliberate choice of a wrong identity is. The circumstance in itself is irrelevant. However, if you do not make a conscious decision to not feel victimized by whatever the situation is, a conscious decision, and if you do not make a conscious decision to stop identifying with that circumstance and torturing yourself for the rest of your life, I don't think anybody can help you. As it is, I'm just a guide. I'm a mentor. You are the only one who's going to save you. The only one, the only one, the only one. Coaches are here to tell you that this is not what you should be thinking. This is what you should be thinking. But the thinking has to be done by you, right? So yeah, trust. When you were born, you did not have a mind. You did not know how you will be fed. You were not aware of your shelter, your clothing, but you were taken care of, right? Were you micromanaging? No, you were taken care of. Okay. When we go off to sleep, I say this to my clients very often. You know, there's a saying, I'll definitely misquote it, I'm sure, that we are half dead when we are sleeping. At least you're not consciously aware of anything. So when you're sleeping, when you go off to sleep, you are expecting, you are assuming that you're going to wake up the next morning. Not everyone does, but today you did. You were taken care of. Your body was taken care of. All the organs were functioning, even when you were not consciously aware of it. You were not even thinking. You trusted. You trusted. Because you have formed the habit of trusting that when you go off to sleep, you'll wake up. You trusted, and it showed. You got to trust. Most importantly, you are trusting, you are keeping your faith somewhere. But sometimes it's in the wrong place, and that's why you suffer. Sometimes you are trusting that it's not going to work. That's why it doesn't work. Because you are trusting all the time. You're keeping the faith all the time because you have to keep the faith all the time. That's how we are designed. So when we don't even have a choice but to keep the faith, why not keep the faith that you will be looked after, you will be taken care of, that you are loved, you are valued, that you mean so much to Source. You woke up this morning. Not everyone did. How does that make you feel? Yes, I'm a coach, but it's not something that I say as a coach. I sincerely, seriously want you guys to find peace. Because once you get there, once you get what I'm trying to say, like once you get a hang of it, once it clicks with you, you will know that you got to do nothing apart from living your life. Thinking the right thoughts. Bringing your awareness back to faith, trust. And when you're struggling, as I've already mentioned, just say that I'm struggling to keep my faith in what I desire, but I'm trying. Help me. The help will come. I want all your wishes to be manifested exactly as much as you want them to. But you cannot be constantly focused on trying to remove the third party, trying to understand why SP is hot and cold, trying to figure out everything and expect to manifest that softness and peace in your life. I am not one of those coaches who's going to give you a list of sentences and say like, okay, just affirm them and it's going to be done. Affirmations are everything. And by affirmations, I mean your thoughts, your inner conversations, your mental diet, any way you put it. You got to understand that affirmations are everything, but what you are thinking when you are not affirming those lists of sentences are also affirmations. So why not make it a little more easy for yourself as you manifest your SP or anything else? The first thing that you got to do things that keep you happy. Do things that keep you in the moment. Do things that give you joy. Anything that give you peace. Do things that make you feel accomplished, productive at the end of the day. Do things that make you feel that, okay, that was a day well spent before you go off to sleep. That's the first part. Secondly, be mindful as to where your awareness is going, what you are indulging, what kind of thoughts. If you think they are not it's going to give you a feeling inside, in your heart space. So if that's not the kind of energy that you want to vibe with, be mindful of that. Shift. Subtly shift. Mindfulness is key. Because as long as you're not mindful, you will be in that loop of feeling victimized, then affirming for a while, feeling better, then again feeling victimized by a bunch of thoughts, then affirming for a while, feeling better, and then again triggered by something, then affirming for a while, feeling better, you'll be stuck in that loop. And I don't want you to be stuck. I want you to be free. I want you to be peaceful. I want you to be so full of love for yourself that you look at each and every one around you with love. You are so much in peace. That's what I intend for each one of you. That you know that this peace can only come because you are loved. So, because I speak in the flow, sometimes I lose track. Try and be mindful of where your energy is getting focused. If you do not like it, do not, try to kind of frantically escape from it. Look at it. This is not the kind of thoughts that I would like to indulge in. Subtly shift to a set of thoughts which make you feel peace, which make you feel good about yourself. It's a journey, guys. It's a journey. It's a journey of self-discovery where you love yourself so much that only peace matters to you. And when this happens, your stories change. When this happens, your identity shifts. That's what I was born to guide people with. I know. To shift your identity. And once the identity shifts, it all starts falling in place. Everything. Because the success story is not you manifesting your SP. The success story begins when you shift to the desired version of you. The success story begins, the success begins when you shift to being the desired version of you, when you relish this energy, when you soak yourself completely in this pure bliss of being the person that you have wanted to be. Okay, great, my battery died, okay? So, sorry. So yes, the success begins with you. The success begins not when you manifest your SP or the money. The success begins when you finally start giving yourself some love and peace and respect and honor. That's when you know that you have started your journey towards success. You are trusting, you're unbothered, and you are like, okay, whatever, I'm taken care of. I'm not going to micromanage. I'm not going to problem solve this at all. Nothing matters. Only this moment matters. Who am I being in this moment? Only that matters. The rest, I'll trust. That's when you know your prayer is going to be answered. If you need any kind of assistance with trusting, with shifting your identity to being the one you like, to being the version you want to be, to being this absolutely peaceful, confident, relaxed version that you want to be, get in touch with me. I'm very good at what I'm doing. I don't say it with pride. I say it because I know it. And when you know something as your truth, it has to reflect. Right? And I'm pretty much sure that some of you will agree. So, yes, I intend peace for each one of you. I intend love for each one of you. I intend a good night's sleep for each one of you. And I intend the perfect health, perfect relationships, and a perfect, peaceful life for each one of you. I intend this video was helpful. Honestly, I know it was helpful. Please do take very good care of yourself. I love you guys. And that's precisely why I talk too much and so much sometimes. Thank you.